Hi, I'm Mitch Shoemaker, and today is day 57 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on doing at least 2 things every day that I don't want to do, but I know would be good for me. So yay, day 57 and only 43 days to go. I so wish I was done right now. So wish I was done right now. So I don't even know what to say for today. There's just lots of things I did not want to do. I ran out of time this morning because I wanted to take a shower, so I didn't have time to do my little writing to see myself the way that God sees me. So I took it to work with me so that I could do it on my lunch break like I did my journal the other day, and I left it at work, which I did not want to do, and I forgot to do it at lunch, which I also did not want to do. So now I'm not going to have it for me in the morning, and I'm hoping that nobody else at work goes through it because we rotate seats so I don't sit in the same spot every week, so I don't actually have my own desk for my stuff. So I'm going to have to go get it tomorrow, and I'm going to have to remember that it's there. And I kind of want to go to work early just so I can get it, but I kind of don't want to have to get up any earlier so that I can be to work earlier to get it. So I don't know what I'm going to decide for tomorrow, but that's a tomorrow thing, not a today thing, which I'm grateful to be remembering that. And then my Brazilian friend sent me a message, and she wanted to come over after work, and she sent me a message. She wanted me to help her with something, and so I was like, okay, I will let you know when I get home from work. I did not anticipate, and I should have known, that as soon as I told her I was home from work, she would want to come over, because when I come home from work, I like to change, and I like to kind of unwind or start doing stuff around my house, because it's kind of like, now I'm home and I'm trying to convince myself that it's my second job, because I have to clean my house and I have to work on my books and I have to do other things to meet my goals and to do things I don't necessarily want to do. So today I got paid, so I went to the store after work and I went and got money to pay my utilities, and then I came home and I had groceries to put away and I had to change, and I messaged my friend and she's like, give me 10 minutes, and I was like, I don't really need you to be here in 10 minutes. I was just in the process of putting away my clean dishes so I could wash some more dirty dishes when she showed up. And then I thought I can help her with what she needs while I'm doing the dishes and we can just talk. But she wanted to just sit on the couch and wait for me to finish. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be like an hour. So I'm just going to sit down here and talk with you and go through whatever this is. And so I helped her respond to an email saying that she would go to an interview next week, which I think is a good thing for her, and she's looking for a job, so I'm like, fantastic. But then she texted me later and she's freaking out because she has more stuff she has to do in preparation for the interview, and I was just like, okay, breathe. And then I realized that, other people do that for me. Like my vision board friend is always helping me out when I need stuff to print out, and she even printed out my contract and stuff for me to sign, to fill out, and then she's gonna scan it back in so I can send it so that I can get my publishing contract for my book. So I'm really grateful that she's willing to do that. So I need to remember to be grateful that I can help someone else do that and not be judgmental of their situation, and just be as supportive and helpful as I possibly can. And so I think God is trying to teach me some patience and trying to show me things from different perspectives and points of views. And I don't always like to do that because I kind of just look at it. I kind of just realize that I'm selfish sometimes. I'm probably selfish a lot of times. And maybe a lot like my Al-Anon bee friend that drives me crazy sometimes. And it's like a little mirror image thing for me. I'm like, I need to remember that I don't want to be like that. That I love her dearly, but sometimes I think she forgets that other people need things too. And I want to be able to give back to all the people that have given to me, or to pay it forward and give it to other people if I can't give back to those that have given to me. So I think this was just God reminding me that I need to help do things for other people. And I know there's like an Al-Anon saying where don't do for other people what they can do for themselves. So I kind of don't want to do everything for my Brazilian friend because I know she needs to do things for herself. But I know she's doing what she can, and she's asking for help, which she's much better at asking for help than I am. And she's like, I don't have a problem asking for help. I just go and ask. And I'm like, I wish I was like that. I wish I was brave enough to do that all the time. And so there's lots to learn from lots of different people. And it didn't hurt me to take an extra, 20 minutes to sit and talk to her and help her and to calm her down. And she has to do a typing test for her interview. And she's like, I don't know how to do this. And I was like, okay. And at first I just told her kind of what I did and like, it's no big deal. And then I just went online and I found a couple of links for typing tests, and I just sent them to her so she can click on the links and she can practice, because she hasn't some till next week to practice and figure out what to do so she can build her confidence and be comfortable doing it. I mean, obviously I can't take her typing test for her. I can't do her interview for her. But I can at least help her find the tools that she needs to do well, or at least feel confident when she goes to her interview. So I hope she does well. I really do hope she does well. And I am grateful that God gave me the opportunity to help and to serve someone else. And I just also for making my video and reminding me that I need to have a little bit of humility and remember that other people have helped me when I've been in that situation. So I need to be more gracious and kind in my thought process and helping other people, because I'm not always. I sometimes forget. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing or maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe it's just a human nature thing where I just focus on what's going on in my life, in my world, and the things that I want to get done. And I often feel like, not intentionally feel like, but I just feel like sometimes when people interrupt what I'm trying to get done, I just get annoyed and frustrated because I'm in the middle of doing something. And I don't want to be like that. And I'm always grateful for the people that take a break for me, because I'm always interrupting people. So I need to be more kind and gentle to people that are interrupting me. I should put it that way. I think I just had a long day and I was just really tired. And I did do the 15 milligrams for my ADHD medication today. And then I came home this afternoon. I'm like, didn't want to take it again. I think it kind of wore off around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. I think I'm kind of like crashing from that. So it made me extra tired, which I don't mind if it helps me to sleep better at night. That would be fantastic. But then I was remembering last night and I stayed up later than I wanted to because I was acting like I was Wonder Woman and I could do everything. So tonight I was like, if I take more, even if I take a lower dose tonight, I'm just going to keep going like a crazy person. And plus, I kind of just want to keep testing myself. I want to keep trying to convince myself that I can stay focused and stay on task and get everything done without the medication. But I did notice last night and I did notice today that the medication, it makes up that difference where I have that thought where I'm like, I don't want to do something. And then I'm like, okay, but it needs to be done. And I just get up and do it. And without the medication, I'm like, I don't want to do something. I'm like, okay, but it needs to be done. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. It's just not going to happen. And so it doesn't seem to matter how much I tell myself it needs to be done. I can't seem to stop whatever it is I'm doing or stop doing the things to avoid it. So tonight, I think everything's taken a little bit longer than I wanted to do it. And it didn't get as much done as I wanted to. And also dealing with some disappointments. Again, not dealing with my friend, just me. I sent somebody a message about dental insurance, and I really want to get it, but the individual insurance plan it just frustrated me. So, I mean, it didn't entirely frustrate me. I just was reading through the plan, and I'm like, this is the reason I don't do insurance, because they will only pay a maximum of $2,000, and that's after 3 years of paying for it. And the first year is like $1,000 or $1,200. And then it goes up to like $1,500, and then it's like $2,000. So, and I'm like, great. So I can get it to start, and then I can pay for my tooth, my crown, but they're only going to pay, but I'm responsible for 70% of the cost. And I pay $150 a year to my dentist, and he discounts it. So I'm responsible for 80%. So I'm like, great, I'm going to save myself 10%, but then I'm paying them this much. Plus I have to pay $50 copay for every visit, plus I have to pay the 70%. And I was like, I'm not really sure that I'm actually saving that extra 10% by having to pay all of that. And then I still have to pay the same amount of money for my crown. And I'm not really sure how much that's going to help me right now, because that's the only reason I wanted to get it. Plus, I get 2 free cleanings a year, and this only pays for 1 free cleaning a year. And it's like, I feel like I get a better deal paying $150 to my dentist and he gives me a discount versus paying for the dental insurance, and then they just give me a slightly larger discount, and it's larger over time. But again, they only pay up to $2,000. So once that's maxed out, depending on how long that takes, that's it. And it takes up to 3 years to to get up to that amount of money. So the vision insurance, on the other hand, looked like it would be really nice, and it was only like $5 or $6 a month. And I'm like, I really want the vision insurance because that's like a $10 copay, and then they pay for most of everything, and you only have to pay like a small percentage of stuff. And I'm like, I like the vision plan, but I don't think there was an option to get just the vision plan and not the dental plan. So I kind of just put it on hold because the reality is I don't have the extra money to make an extra monthly payment right now, and it's not going to pay for my tooth, which I wanted it to do. So it's just not worth it to me. I mean, if it was, I had to pay out of pocket up to $2,000 a year, and they paid for everything else, it would totally be worth it. But that's not how it works. So that's a little bit disappointing to me. So I am very grateful that I have a tendency when things like that happen and I get disappointed or discouraged, I just kind of shut down. And I kind of did that on Monday. I just shut down and I don't do anything. And it's really hard for me to stay focused and keep going. And I did shut down a little bit. And I did play on my phone for a little bit, but maybe like half an hour, maybe an hour, I don't know. But then I was like, I have too many things I need to do. And, I needed to do that thing for my friend. I think looking up typing tests to send to her made me feel better because I was at least helping a friend, and then editing my book. So I'm like, I got to work on that and do at least a chapter because I really have to go through all of the edits and make all of the corrections and things that I want to make before I send it back. And still trying to figure out some of the stuff that they keep asking me about because I think it's a grammar question and I don't know the answers. And I know I'm not doing it right because it's a grammar question and I don't understand grammar. So I did talk to my editing friend and it made sense to her. Like I explained to her what I was doing and she said, oh, I know how to fix it, but she didn't fix it. So I'm going to have to kind of explain it to my publisher and see if she can fix it because I really don't know. I really, really don't know. So, but she keeps putting these little comments on the side. I'm like, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't think about it. I just did it, which is part of my problem. So I have to figure those things out. And I may not have to figure it out right now, but I do want to go through and make all the changes. And I'm only done 9 chapters. I'm only to chapter 10. I'm only to chapter 10 and I have to do 22 chapters. So I'm tired and I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm stressed. And I realized the medication that I took for the ADHD kind of also gets rid of the overwhelm. So I don't feel so overwhelmed and I feel like everything is doable and I can do it. And today, not taking the second dose in the afternoon kind of makes me feel like the overwhelm comes back and the not wanting to do things and fighting myself to do everything comes back. So I probably do need to take it twice a day. So it will help me, especially since I need it at home to do stuff at home so I can get my stuff around my house done. And I was kind of thinking on my way home that I'm like, maybe this is how my personality works. I have all of these ideas and things that I want to get done, but the ADHD kind of stands in the way. And then when I get this, to stop that block or to make that connection between my brain and my body actually following through with what I'm wanting to do, I become very productive and I get quite a few things done. And I was like, okay, I'm not used to that, but I kind of like it. But it's not like crazy like the train like it was before and where I can't stop because I can stop. And it's not upsetting my stomach. It is making me not hungry though. I did notice that I'm not as hungry, so I kind of have to just remind myself to eat. And I have to kind of force myself to eat, but it's not as hard to force myself to eat because I'm like, okay, I know I have to eat at certain times, so that's easier, but I just don't feel as hungry, so I don't really snack during the day like I probably should, but I think that's still okay. At least I don't feel nauseous. I don't feel sick to my stomach, so it doesn't have the side effects that the other one did, and it is helping me to focus, and it is helping me to get work done. But I think it kind of wears off and it kind of crashes, and I probably need to take it twice a day, which is what the prescription is for. I just need to be better at doing it. I just want to be better without having to have the help, without having to have the medication. And I think God is again reminding me that the whole point of my seeing the doctors and doing the medication is because I need the help, because it's something that's much more difficult to do on my own. And not that I wasn't doing it on my own, it just takes me so much longer on my own. And not that God hasn't helped me, because he's helped me so much in my life and he's gotten me this far, but he's reminding me that I have tools, that I have other people and other things. And if this is what I want to help me to accomplish my goals and to get to where I need to be in my life, then I need to accept that and I need to use it instead of trying to avoid it. Once again, that's just my personality. I avoid things I don't want to deal with, or I avoid things, or I stubbornly think that I can do it by myself and I don't need the help. Or like I'm testing myself. I want to see if I can do better without it. Like, I don't need it. Like I'm trying to do that with my blood pressure medication and it's not working. And I'm just trying to be like, I can do this, and I don't need the extra help. But it probably wouldn't hurt to take the extra help until I can get to where I can do it without it. And maybe I will never be able to do it without the ADHD medication, or maybe I will be. Or maybe I'll get to a point in my life where it doesn't matter if I have the medication, and it doesn't matter timelines and deadlines and work schedules and all of those things. Probably have to be like old and retired before I can stop taking it and not care. But anyway, I'm not to that point yet, and I'm still experimenting and trying to figure out what works best for me and what doesn't work for me, and I'm still stubbornly trying to do things without it. But I did it tonight. I did it, which is what I wanted to do. I did do my dishes. I did spend time with my friend. I did edit a chapter in my book. I am making my video, and I will write in my journal. So I am doing all the stuff that I would have done with the medication, but I think maybe I was just a little bit ornery about it because I'm just really tired and I didn't have the extra energy from the medication, and I just didn't. I don't know. I don't know how much control the medication has over me and how much of me is just me, and I just have my crazy mood swings and I just struggle with everything, and old habits are hard to break and it's hard to change and it's hard to do things differently. So I am learning. That's where I'm at today. I don't really want to keep learning new things, but maybe I do, and maybe that's why I keep making these videos. It's hard, and maybe things like this seem easy to other people or obvious to other people, and I'm just oblivious to things. I know I've never been a person that's been very I don't notice things very often. I'm quite oblivious to most things. I don't pay attention to the little details. I do notice a lot more details when I'm taking that ADHD medication. They just kind of seem to pop up out of nowhere. I'm like, and where did that come from? And then it bothers me. And I was like, why does that bother me? It didn't bother me before. So, like just little things at work, and I'm walking around. I'm like, oh, there's a paper clip on the ground. I have to pick that up because it bothers me that it's there. Or there's a piece of trash. I have to pick that up because it bothers me that it's there. And before I'd be like, okay, that's nice if I even noticed it. Or I'd probably like stare at it and wonder if it was doing it, what it was doing there, and make up some story about it and not do anything with it. But it would be a nice distraction for me. But now I'm like, nope, I have to pick it up. I have to do something with it. I can't just stay there because I don't know. It just can't. So I kind of like that idea for home, because home, that means I will clean my house and I will start going through stuff. But that only works if I take my medication, because that wears off with the medication, and it does have a time limit for the day because it's not the extended release, which is why I have to take it more than once a day. But I did feel like my blood pressure would be lower today. I just didn't get it checked today because I didn't want to do that either. Lots of things I didn't want to do that I didn't do, but some things I did do. Anyway, I'm tired and I'm rambling and I'm repeating myself, and I apologize because that's what I do when I'm tired. And I didn't take my medication tonight, so it's not helping me think clearly. So anyway, thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for listening to my videos or watching my videos. And if you like my videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe find one or two things to do today that you don't want to do, but you know would be good for you. So